then you're not going. You're not going. And that sounds bad. I remember when someone told me that I wasn't going to go to Kentucky. I wasn't going to go to the University of Kentucky. And I was devastated. I couldn't believe it. Tubby Smith was there. That's where I wanted to go. It was in the SEC. That's where I wanted to go. But I didn't go. I ended up going to a junior college in Utah. Then I went to a Division II school in Ouachita Baptist University, which is located in Arkansas. Ask me now, do I regret it? Do I regret not going to Division I? Not even a little bit. The opportunity that I have, the experience that I had being at a junior college, that grit and hustle that I learned from Price, Utah, couple that with all the opportunities and experience I had at Ouachita Baptist University, I don't wish I went to Division I. Not at all. And the thing about it is, I need you to understand this. And this is what people aren't talking about. Division I is only Division I in your mind because you're thinking about the cream of the crop Division I schools. You're thinking about the you're thinking about UCLA. You're thinking about Michigan, Duke. You're thinking about North Carolina. You're thinking about Florida, Kansas. You're thinking about those schools as far as D1. But what you don't understand is there's low major Division I's, mid-major Division I's. They're Division I schools that never make it on TV. That happens. So if you think that you're going to go to Division I and you're going to be on TV and everybody's going to know about you, not necessarily. That's not always the case. My thing that I've been pushing for 4 or 5 years on this channel that I don't hear enough people talking about is this. Find a school that is the best fit for you. Whatever that looks like. The best fit for you. If I had to do it all over again, as far as Division I, Division II, Division III, I wouldn't worry about anything other than who's going to pay me the most money. If I'm fortunate enough to get somebody to pay for my school, I'm on it. Okay? My whole motto is, if you're paying, I'm staying, baby. That's what I would be worried about, number one. Number two, this is just my opinion, I will go to a school that the coach has been there for a minute. You gotta understand, these coaches, love all my coaches. They were the only things that got across to me because teachers couldn't do it. Remember, I failed in 6th grade, so teachers couldn't get across to me, but coaches could. So this is no knock against any coach. But coaches they're on the come up just like you on the come up, right? You want to go to the biggest opportunity you can go to and get the most bang for your buck. Same thing with coaches. A lot of times these coaches are trying to get to the highest rank and go to a bigger school with a bigger budget and more opportunities and more resources. So if that's the case, me knowing what I know right now, I'll be like, no, I'm going to a school that this coach has been there for a minute. And he's showing signs that they're not going anywhere anytime soon. Because the worst thing to do is to go to a place and your coach just pick up and leave. And I know it's just a part of the business. You can't stop a coach from going anywhere, much like you can't stop a player from going anywhere. But if I had to do it all over again, I would be like, nah, let me go somewhere that this coach is going to be here for a minute. Me, myself, within 4 years of playing college basketball, mind you, I redshirted, I walked on. But let's just say 2 years. 2 years, my junior and senior year at Ouachita Baptist University. And this is no shot against any one of these coaches. I love them both. They helped me out. Coach Charlie Schaaf got me in a situation, and he offered me a full-ride scholarship after I've been sitting out for 2 years. 2 years, right? And then Coach Mark Price brought me back on scholarship. But those are two different coaches in 2 years. How can you build team chemistry? How could you build any type of legacy from that standpoint? Team morale from that standpoint? I'm in those situations, it's almost like, hey man, everybody for themselves. So that's another thing that I would be thinking about as far as playing college basketball. One, if you're paying, I'm staying, baby. Two, find a program that is built on someone that has been there for a minute. Because now, when you do that, now you can see what type of players that coach normally goes for, what kind of system they go for. As far as their record, what does that look like, right? So I think that's important. Another thing that's important is if I were going to do it all over again, I wouldn't be worried about D1. I would be worried about if they have my major. It's just everything. It's like shiny objects, right? You're just so enamored about what's going on. You forget about keeping the main thing. And that is, do they have your major, right? Is this going to be worth my time being there beyond just the sport? You got to worry about that as well. Another thing I would think about now is I would think about the network that university has. What network does that university have? In my adult life, I can see that people hire folks that they know, like, and trust. So you want to have as many opportunities as possible for people to know, like, and trust you in the areas that you care about, in the industry that you care about. So let's say you want to be a coach / teacher. At that university, does that help you in that sense? Do teachers come out of that university? Right? Not only do teachers come out of that university, what schools do they go to? Do they go to the type of schools you want to teach at? You need to ask yourself these questions. You say you want to be a digital animator. You want to be whatever those things are. Do you have a network already in place at that particular university, college, or whatnot that you can, once you graduate, you can lean upon and help you out? That's important. I would think about that as well. And then lastly, I would be more just worried about if I enjoy being on the campus beyond my sport. Listen, there's going to be days that you don't get any playing time. There's going to be some days that you might be, heaven forbid, you might be injured. You might have to go through an injury. And if the only thing that gets you out of bed is playing your sport, you're going to be shocked. You're going to be upset. You're going to be irate. So I challenge you to think outside of just your sport as it relates to that campus. If there's any organizations you're interested in, whether it be Greek organizations or whether it be just social organizations, activities outside, I don't know, whatever. I'm trying to think of all kinds of things just running to me. There's esports. There's I don't know, fishing clubs or whatever. You know, I did the fishing in college. I did a lot of that, so I'm always thinking about fishing. Just outdoors, anything that you're interested in beyond your sport, I would see if that university has that. And I will go from there. But forget about Division I. If Division I is in you and you're going to go to Division I, then you're not going to be able to run fast enough to get away from Division I. But please believe me, I don't want you slowing up hoping that a Division I is going to catch you. Don't slow up thinking a Division I wants you. Run as fast as you can to the opportunities, and if a Division I school wants you and they really want you, they'll come find you. But if not, don't let that decide if you go to college and play sports. A quick example I'm thinking in my mind, like if I want something from a store and I get there and the store is closed. If I really want this item, I'm not just going to stop at this store. I can get that same product somewhere else. I don't have to just go to Walmart. I can go somewhere else and get that same thing. Have that same mindset when you go to college. Don't be so hell-bent on just one. It's got to be D1, or it's got to be this school, or it has to be this state, or it has to be in this region. Or don't. Forget Division I, right? Make your next move your best move. And as always, whether it's on the court or off, in the classroom or out, graduate, the top of your class. Hoop Lottie.